and welcome to Pumpkin's Nail Station. Today I'm doing a Halloween manicure as part of a Halloween collaboration. I think it's well, it's a collaboration on Instagram. I can't remember what it's called. It might be Honeybee nail art collab, something like that. But yeah, so I'm doing this. I know it's a bit late, but I got a prize from Beautybigbang today, so I'm going to use the decals. I'm going to use this glitter by the nail candy shop called Halloween Fever. I'm going to be using my Model 1's top and base. I've got a glitter base coat that I use because this was a damaged IMA one, so the brush was damaged though. I just use it for glitters. And I've got the black polish from the Galaxy kit by Model 1's, which was in collaboration with Baby Girl Nails. And I've got all my tools, and I've got some curves by She Modern, some orange curves. So what I'm hoping to do is something like this. I'm just zoom you in. Is like this. So I'm hoping to put the decals on the top, and then I've like the glitter at the bottom as like a French, like on all the nails, all different decals. So that's what we are going for. So I'm just going to zoom you back out. So yeah, so we're just going to get started with this then. So I'm going to be putting them on my POLYGEL nail extensions that I did. I used the clear gel-like POLYGEL. And I used the Model 1's dual forms in my Model 1's kit. So I have done a demo of that. I did a nail tip here, so the video will be in the top right, so you'll see the dual forms that I used. And I attempted to film this, but I have a problem with my left arm and I'm suffering with a lot of pain. It was getting quite stressful, so I think for my first try at doing a full hand I had to sort of quit filming. But I've still got this hand to go, so I'm going to film this hand in little breaks and parts, so you will get to see how I did it. So, but it did take me some time due to the nerve problems I have in my arms. So I've got my tools ready. I've got my She Modern canvas, my glitter brush, my scissors, I've got my glitter in my dish, and I've got my buffer ready as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prepare the decals off camera and get all that ready, and then we'll start. So I'll be right back once I've set everything up. Right, so I've just started to paint one of my nails. I didn't realise I wasn't filming. So we don't need to do a base coat because I've got a base layer of builder gel on top of the POLYGEL. So we're going to do a layer of black gel underneath the decals because we're going to want the glitter part to be black. And just to keep it straightforward, I'm just going to paint the whole nail. So I'm just going to speed this part up just because you already know how to paint. Right, so I'm just going to get these cured and then I'll come back when we're ready for the decals. Right, so I'm back. I'm only going to do one layer of black because I'm going to be covering them with decals anyway and glitter. It's just really as a base and I don't want them to be too thick. So our next stage is our decals. So I've cut them out, I've put them on the canvas, and I'm going to do one at a time. So we'll start off with the little one. And while that's curing, while that's soaking, I'm just going to put a layer of base coat on these where the decals are going to go, because it actually makes it a lot easier for you to stick your decals down if you've got a gel base coat, if you're using gel polish. If you don't use gel polish and you use regular polish, I showed you a good way how to do them in my breast cancer awareness manicure, so I'll put the link to that in the top right as well. I actually saw this on a few people's. I think it was NAC 57 and Patty's Polish Corner. I saw the base coat and the decal trick, so I'm not sure who started it, but that's where I've seen it. So, and I may have seen it on Tina might have showed it me on She Modern. I can't remember, so if I've missed out the person who started it, I apologise, but that's where I've seen it. So while that's just soaking, I'm just curing this base coat for 30 seconds. You may need to cure it longer depending on what lamp that you've got. So we're going to take our first decal off. We don't need to put any mortar on or anything. So I'm just going to take hold of it. I'll try and position it the best that I can. So I'm going to stand up for this. So I'm just going to pop it onto my nail and smooth it on. You might need to you know, clean up some of the edges if some of the decal is too long. So just sort of tuck it down as best as you can, ready for when you're going to be, oops, well I've just scuffed that, but never mind with my nail. So we've got one on, and now we'll go for another one. I'll show you a couple and then I'll come back when they're all on. So I'm just waiting for this to come off. Let's see if it's ready. Yes, it's ready. Took that off, so we just need to turn this around. Very difficult when you've got long nails and you're not used to having them. Grab it as smooth as you can. Right, here we go. So now we're gonna pop it on there, like so. So try and get it as smooth as you can. And as straight as you can get it. You can see, look, with having that base coat on, they just stick, and it's so much easier than messing about. So yeah, so I've got two on there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest, and then I'll come back when it's time to do the glitter. Right. So I'm back now, so I've put all the decals on to the level where I want them, and I've cleaned up the edges just with a brush like this and acetone where there was a few little bits. So what we're going to do now is, because I've got a bit of a tacky layer and some bits of fluff have stuck to them, I'm just going to give the bottoms of my nails a little wipe with some alcohol, and then put a fresh layer of base coat on, ready to do the gel polish, ready to do the glitter part. Just got bits of light fluff on them, so Just don't know how I've done it. I think I've touched it with something, so I'm just cleaning up those edges. Right, so now we're just going to put a layer of base coat on. So I'm going to put a layer of this Model 1's base coat on, ready to do the glitter on the bottom parts of the nails there. I don't need it on all of it at this stage, so I'm just going to put it on the bottom. So I'm just going to cure this for like 30 seconds or so, because that's where I want the that's how long it needs. I just don't know what I was talking about then. So I'm just going to cure that and then I'll be with you, and then it's time to add the glitter on, and I'm going to apply it with this brush here. This glitter is really nice and fine and flat, so it looks chunky, but the pieces are really flat, high quality glitter, you know, honestly. Some chunky glitters I really don't like because they're more like sequins, but I like this sort of stuff. These really fine, flat, you know, like the stuff what you could put on your face really. That's more or less what it feels like when it's on your hands. Right, I'm going to put, I want to mention as well, if you could subscribe to the Nail Candy Shop, a link's going to be in the top right just now, and I'll put her Instagram at the bottom of the screen, and I'll put the links in the description box as well to her Instagram and her store and her channel as well. So here goes then. So let's add some glitter. So I'm just going to add it over this tray here. So we're just going to add it onto the tacky layer there. This glitter is so nice. It's so pretty. I'm going to put that heart on last, I think. Try and push any big bits up from off, you know, the edges of your nails. Just push them in like so, because you don't want, you know, big pieces hanging off the edges of your nails. Okay, so I'm just going to push this down. And then I'm going to add a layer of my glitter base coat and then put a bit more glitter on top and then cure it again. So I'm going to lightly float some base coat over the top of these bits that have stuck to my tacky layer. You can just put base coat on and put glitter on and not cure it, and then just add the glitter that way. It's probably what I should have done, but there you go. I've done it this way now. So now I'm going to get a little bit more glitters and just dab them on the bottoms. This just looks like you can really see through it. It's like a toffee apple. That's what it reminds me of on my nails. It's just like, it looks like a toffee apple. What you get on the Goose Fair in England. Don't know if anybody overseas has ever heard of Goose Fair. But it's always on just before Halloween every year. And then we have something called Bonfire Night as well. So I'm just going to level that out. And then what I always always do is just go underneath it and just make sure there's nothing hanging over the edges. Because I just don't like jagged bits hanging over the edges of my nails. And then I'm going to pop a bit just over this decal here. Okay, right, so I'm just gonna cure all this lot and then I'll come back and we'll finish off the design. So I'll be right back. Right, so now all the glitter's been added. Making sure we're focused in. Yep, so now all the glitter's been added and you can see how beautiful it is. Look, shimmer, it's gorgeous. Just look at the shimmer, isn't that gorgeous? Look at it. Right, so now we're going to be adding, oops, nearly fell back then. Now we're going to be adding just some top coat to this. I'm just going to use a Model 1's top coat because we've sealed it in already. But just before I do that, I'm just going to clean my hands off with the dust brush into the bin. Glitter everywhere. Just going to clean all the glitter off my hands. Move this away. I'm just going to clean this up. Just clean that little space up. It's not dirty for me to work on. So yeah, just going to use a Model 1's no wipe top coat over all of it this time, all the way from the top. Make sure it's all the way to the top and down the side so you're sealing in those decals. And then just cap the bottom. So I'm just going to speed this part up because you know how to apply a top coat. We're on to the thumb. And then I'm going to cure this and then probably give it a little buff to smooth it off, and then we'll do another top coat. So I'm just going to cure this one for 60 seconds. So you'll have to just keep with me. I might apply some curves, I might not, I might just leave it as it is because actually I think it looks nice as it is really. I don't think it looks really bad. So yeah, so I've really enjoyed using these decals. It was a lovely, beautiful prize. And actually, you know, you could save these pumpkin ones for another manicure, or you could use them on your other hand, or you could just use a couple on each hand, you know what I mean, for like what I've used here, because this hand will probably be another manicure because, you know, this is YouTube and during these seasons none of us have the same manicures on the same hands. And if I'm honest, I'm a symmetrical person and that drives me nuts, but sometimes it has to be done. Otherwise you just can't film the videos that you want to film. So what I'm probably going to do, because it feels like it needs at least another layer on there before I can buff it, I'm going to put another layer of the top coat on, then I'll come back And basically all I'm going to be doing is giving it a buff over, smoothing it over, and then I'll probably just come back and show you that when it's finished. So I'll be right back. Right, and this is it then. So this is the completed manicure. So that is the thumb. So I'm just going to zoom out, and that's it. So this is my Beautybigbang and the Nail Candy Shop Halloween manicure for a collab on Instagram. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Bye.